And now storm tracker weather with meteorologist Paul Bean.
Once again, we're seeing that the temperatures and the conditions out there being very clear. Taking a look outside near Salmon, a little bit of clouds here and there, but as you can tell, the sky staying for the most part clear, and it's continuing what we've seen for the last few days. While we're still seeing those mid-90 temperatures, they are slowly dropping degree by degree as we move forward throughout this week. And as we hit that weekend, we're going to be back in those 80s. So we're seeing an improvement over the entirety of the region as we move forward. Temperatures still in those mid-50s to lower 60s right now. 64 in Blackfoot, 53 in Idaho Falls, and as you move north you see a couple of those cooler temperatures as well. 50 in Driggs and a cold 38 all the way up there in Yellowstone. So we are seeing those colder temperatures out there, but as we hit the peak of the day, still seeing those temperatures that are well above average and slowly making their way downwards, mainly because as we move towards next week, we're going to start to see the return of that rain, and that's when those temperatures will really start to drop once we hit those mid-80s. Storm trackers seeing nothing in the way in the Snake River Plain. You can see a couple scattered clouds over near the mountains in the Tetons, as well as the Central Mountains. Very light clouds moving through, but for the most part staying clear. And as you can tell, that is just a continuation of what we saw yesterday. We're seeing the same conditions persist. You can see that zonal flow right across Nevada, and as it moves over, just basically sticking to the south of us, and even that is light moisture, so the residual effect that we're seeing is just some very light clouds. But through today, Snake River Plain is actually staying completely clear, so expect to see, while it will be hot, just slightly cooler than yesterday. So as we hit those highs for today, 94 Pocatello, 91 Idaho Falls, whereas the highs yesterday were 95 in Pocatello and 92 in Idaho Falls. So it's a very slow, gradual cool down, and still seeing those 80s along the borders as well. 84 in Drake, 72 in Yellowstone, and over in the Central Mountains, still seeing 88 in Mackay, 82 in Alador, actually the same highs that we saw yesterday. So some of those areas still even slower than us, maybe a half degree cooler today. As we hit those 7-day forecasts, you can tell it does stay clear until Sunday, but it slowly cools down back into those low 90s, back into those upper 80s for Sunday, and then that rain moves through. You can see the chance of thunderstorms all the way from Monday until Wednesday, and those temperatures stick to those mid-80s, and it's a nice return to rain. We've been dry for quite a bit now, so it will definitely be a welcome outcome as we hit next week, so it will help out with some of those fires that we've seen. Idaho Falls, a very similar conditions, sticking to those 90s until around Sunday. Cools down very quickly. We hit those Monday through Wednesday where that rain makes its long-awaited return. Those temperatures stick to those mid-80s. So we're continuing to see those temperatures start to drop. Teton area, very similar, but the rain sticks around for a little bit longer and comes in a little bit earlier. Saturday until Wednesday, all chances of thunderstorms. Strongest on Monday and Tuesday, but still coming in early. Temperatures sticking around to those mid-70s instead, though, because the Tetons are about 10 degrees cooler than what we're seeing here. And then finally, for the Central Mountains, we return back to that clear until Sunday. Temperatures in those mid-80s, and once we hit the work week, seeing that rain make its way back in. And of course, we have seen the dry conditions for quite a while, so it will be a welcome change to seeing those temperatures back and seeing the rain being able to help out with the dry conditions that we've seen.
Definitely a few more hot days, though, especially today. I know yesterday I was at Revive at 5 in Old Town Pocatello, and I had to get one of those big old lemonades because it was so hot. You almost need something like that out there.
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal.
Yeah, it has, but there's some hope looking forward, so that's good. Thank you, Paul.